Welcome to KBS World Radio. You're now tuned in to Korea24's Korea Book Club, where we explore the world of Korean literature. This is our weekend replay edition, playing back our book segment from Wednesday's show. We hope you enjoy it. I'm your host, Kwon Jang-woo. Joining me now in the studio, we have our good friend and long-time contributor, literary critic Barry Welsh. Barry, hello. It's great to see you again.
Yes, hi. It's great to see you too.
So what do you have in store for us today? I understand that it's a translated work, but it's actually never been published in Korean. The English translation is the first anyone is seeing of this work. What do you have for us?
Well, today I'm very excited to introduce a short story titled Grocery List by Bora Chung, Chung Borak. And Bora Chung is, of course, an acclaimed South Korean author known for her unique style that often blends the surreal with the mundane, drawing on elements of horror, fantasy and folklore. Her writing often explores the darker sides of everyday life, often revealing unexpected and unsettling layers to seemingly ordinary events and situations. And her stories have gained a dedicated and significant following in recent years, especially with the recent English translations that have brought her work to a much broader audience. And Grocery List has again been translated by Anton Hur, who is regular listeners will know as a very prominent translator of Korean literature, who's worked on several very popular translations of Korean novels and stories, including Chung's previous 2 short story collections. And Hur's translation skillfully captures the nuances of Chung's storytelling, bringing out both the humour and the horror that make her work so distinctive in this story and in others. And this story is an excellent example of how Chung can take a seemingly simple concept and turn it into a powerful exploration of human nature and society. And this story is part of the second series of chapbooks by Hanuman Editions and is genuinely a work of art in itself. So it's formatted as a tiny print book, so it's just about 11 by 7 centimetres. It features a beautiful embossed cover and it's just a delightful little object to hold and look at. And the story, Grocery List itself, is a bite-sized read, horrifying yet captivating in its brief and compact form, but packing a punch despite its small size.
Right, so when we say it's small sized, you said it's 11 by 7 centimetres. To put that visually, it can fit comfortably in the palm of your hand. Not much bigger than a credit card, I would say. It's a very striking, a very charming little book, almost a booklet, I would say. I was very curious about it, so I did a little bit of digging. This is part of the second series of chapbooks, as you said, by Hanuman Editions, a new publisher. And you can buy these books individually or as a set, and they fit into this neat little box. They're all the same size, although some are thicker than others. So the book and the collection, they sort of become a collector's item as such. It really is quite something. It is quite special. Okay, let's talk about the story itself now. What is Grocery List about? Okay,
so Grocery List is another great Bora Chung ghost story, and it's a story that reimagines the sort of typical ghost tale in a haunting and intimate way, blending everyday reality and the supernatural to explore themes of food, family, and social pressure in South Korea. And the story unfolds through second-hand narrator. So the narrator is a supermarket worker, convenience store worker on a cigarette break who listens to this chilling tale told by their co-worker. And she begins with the very familiar struggles of a teenage girl developing an eating disorder. And this is driven by her overbearing mother's constant nagging, which is itself a result of her parents' divorce. But true to Bora Chung's style, this story isn't as straightforward as it first appears. So what starts as a tale of a girl grappling with body image and social expectations soon takes on a supernatural twist involving a Korean agwi, or what is often called a hungry ghost. And as reality and this Korean ghost folklore blur, Grocery List becomes a powerful exploration of mother-daughter relationships, the controlling of young women's bodies, and the dark side of appetite. And again, here Chong's storytelling is cutting and evocative, making this morsel of a story both disturbing and deeply satisfying.
Yes, it sounds quite chilling, but what is a hungry ghost or agui exactly, and what role do they play in Korean folklore traditionally?
Right, yeah, so in Korean folklore, an agui, or the hungry ghost, it's a restless spirit driven by an insatiable desire and an unquenchable hunger. So often the agui are depicted as the souls of individuals who were overly greedy or selfish or malicious during their lives. And as punishment for these earthly misdeeds, they're condemned to an existence of relentless craving that can never be fully satisfied. So they may seek out food or attempt to consume earthly offerings, but yet nothing can quell their hunger. The agui is a powerful symbol in Korean culture and folklore, usually representing themes of unfulfilled desire or greed and suffering. And these spirits often appear in stories to serve as cautionary figures, embodying the dangers of unchecked appetites, whether for food or wealth or power. And the concept of the agui highlights a deep moral lesson about balance and self-restraint, reminding individuals to live with integrity and compassion to avoid a fate of eternal hunger.
I see. So a spirit that is endlessly hungry. That is quite a powerful image. And as ever, when it comes to Bora Chung and many other horror stories as well, I would say, they're not just about horrifying the reader, but they often have an underlying message, or they have commentaries about life and society. You mentioned that Grocery List becomes a powerful exploration of mother-daughter relationships. Can you tell us a bit more about that? How does Bora Chung use this mother-daughter dynamic in this story?
Right, so yeah, the mother-daughter dynamic is key to the story. This relationship is central to the story's emotional impact. So the protagonist's mother is constantly critical of her daughter, pushing her to fit a particular ideal, and it's this relentless pressure is what drives the protagonist toward an eating disorder, and this is a commentary on the harmful impact of parental expectations on young people's self-worth, and Chong shows how the mother's concern becomes a form of control, and really effectively what she's doing is she's policing her daughter and her daughter's body in ways that blur the line between care and harm. And it's a painfully relatable dynamic, I'm sure, for many readers, and it shows how close family relationships can sometimes become toxic when rooted in judgment instead of support.
Yes, I'm sure it'll be familiar to many mother-daughter relationships around the world, but not to generalise too much, but I have a feeling that it'll be particularly piercing for a lot of Korean and more widely Asian women. That sounds like another evocative book to add to the growing body of Bora Chung's translated works. Once again, it's called Grocery List, and that was our pick for Korea Book Club this week. Barry, it's been a pleasure as always. Thank you for that review, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
Okay, take care.